Welcome everybody to Heart of the Artist. I'm your co-host, Whisper Poet. Where's my co-host, Catalyst? Where you at, girl?
I'm here.
Light it up, woman. There you are. There she is. So today I have the great privilege of hosting Justar Misdemeanor live from the UK. It is 10:30 at night. She's tired. She just had a big old nap. Wake up, girl. Let's go. Welcome to the Heart of the Artist.
Gang, you have to say big up for me.
Big up.
Big up, gang.
So off camera, we were just sort of going over the differences in accent and how they do funny things. And I was asking Justar, what is a lorry? Evidently, I did not pronounce that correctly.
Laurie, because I was about to say, I was just thinking of that when I just said yeah,
Okay,
Laurie. For everyone in the UK, she's saying Laurie, but like it sounds like a whole nother word.
Lorry.
It's Laurie. It's like you put in an Lour in. I don't know, like it's very posh sounding. Like
But the funny thing is, when I hear you say it, and then what comes out of my mouth, I hear it coming out the same way. But obviously, the way you're doing it, I'm
stop
doing
it.
something different.
Oh.
So I really wanted to make sure today that we talk about your art because so many people know you as a poet and a host, and you are a fabulous host. For anyone who has not seen one of Just Our shows on Instagram, she is such an engaging, fun, exciting host, and her lives are always just 20, 30 people in the queue waiting. So that's one of your talents for sure. But what a lot of people don't know is that you are an incredibly talented artist. Talk to us about art. How did you get started doing art, and what was your first medium, and how have you evolved?
Oh, too many questions. I've just woken up, man. No, I'm joking. So I got one cat that's trying to get my attention at the same time. Basically, I've never not done art. I can't not do it really. I don't know if I do art in it. My t-shirts and everything that I always go on about will beware the artist in it. Like they're my sayings and stuff. Because whenever anyone asks me what do you do, I always say I do art in it. And it's like because even though people think I just draw, I don't just do anything when it comes to art. Like I try everything. I love to like explore and experiment, make a mess, get my hands dirty, and see what happens. And I'm all about pushing art as like just general like mental health and well-being because the escapism in art is like no other. And art's always been there from day dot. So like literally from jumbo cranes and Play-Doh, I found art and it's been my voice, believe it or not, as much as I talk.
I love that. So what was your first real uh grown up for lack of a better word, medium?
Oh, that's a good point. Because you know what, as well, yeah, I never even used to like drawing, yeah, as in the sort of I know my drawings are not realistic, as in as many like hyper realist or anything, yeah, nowhere near like that. But they're quite realistic, and I do a lot of commissions of just like of people for like but it's something that I never thought I'd end up doing because I was like, if I wanted to, like, why would I just like copy a picture of somebody? Why don't I just take a photograph of them? What's the point in that? It's kind of boring, that. And so it's kind of mad how I've eaten my own words and ended up like doing that. But I don't know really. There's so many things now that are flying from head. Because I've done an art show the other day as well. Actually, like I got a little feature on Daishu's show the other day. I don't know if you know her on Instagram. And so we were talking about art. And now we started a little project, and like so exciting. It's finally like got my creative juices going again, which I needed because it's been like I've just been stuck doing commissions and stuff. And like it's like yeah, I'm doing art, but I'm not like creating anything.
That is so funny that you said that. That actually leads me to the very question that popped up in my mind is like, obviously, as an artist, you're wildly creative and you probably come up with some things that are just like mind-blowingly sort of off the beaten path. And then you've got commissions, which is probably the kind of the bread and butter, which here, paint my dog, paint my wife, paint my house.
Literally.
Like how do you sort of keep a balance of that so that you keep that creative inspiration going, and also pay the bills?
Well, yeah, I think then that's what it is like. So that's why it's only recently I've realized that I haven't been doing that enough. And like, because I talk about it a lot because I like to share it because I like people to be aware of it as well. Like Childhood Project that I work with in the Saatchi Gallery, done it 2 years in a row, and it's a project to do with like children of addiction because there's amount of stuff out there to help addicts, but they forget about the people affected by the addiction on in the in the household and stuff. So we like do projects for the kids and stuff, and like there's a lot more work that goes on behind the scenes than what I even like I'm involved in. But basically we just like show the kids like, yo, you can have a voice, like we're here for you, you got this, and like express yourself. And so, you know, that's been like one way, like over the past couple of years, that's have given me the other like bit to be creative in that. And I suppose because I haven't had something like that to work on in the past so many months, I've kind of like just got like stuck in the loop of just, you know, thinking, oh well, I'm doing art, and it's like, nah man, you ain't doing nothing really, you know. And because like my house is quite small, and sometimes like I get sick of making a mess. Like I'm always, as soon as I start doing anything, like I make a mess, I have to tidy up before I start to do anything. Then I make a mess, and it's like, oh, I'm so sick of everything having paint on it and that. But then I really like making a mess. So it's hard, you know. Art is problems, first world problems.
So, as far as paint goes, do you prefer watercolors, acrylic, or oils?
Oh, acrylics. I wish I could do oil paintings. Yeah, I need to learn more. I've got loads of my grandma's oil paints actually. My grandma used to do art, you know, like my grandma was actually really good at art back in the day. And like but I never saw her paint like or anything. But before I was born and stuff, and there's paintings, and I've heard stories, and I've got loads of her oil paints because they last a long time. So I need to practice with them a bit more, because there's like, you know, you have to use chemicals and stuff like with oil paints, and acrylics is just a bit of a fast and easy way to just keep moving. And you know, then oil paints got dry and whatever. And I've got 3 cats that don't business. I'm allowed to live in their house apparently, but so that, you know, everything gets messed up from that. So I use acrylics and watercolors as well. There's an art to watercolors too. Like literally, they're actually quite hard to use in a good way. But I do like using watercolors as well. Like I literally like doing everything. I do a lot of like my t-shirts and stuff. I used to make all of them. I used to do a lot of printing, and like I've got my grandma's sewing machine. Like, and I just just like experimenting, you know.
So with watercolor, I guess you kind of have to know how it's going to spread when you put it on the paper, right? Like how the colors.
Yeah, and getting the right colors, and like not making it look dirty, and like, you know, just blending it properly. And it's also, I suppose, what you're doing, you know. But yeah, I personally I suppose I feel like a bit of a cheat because I just use acrylics. But you know, doing art's expensive, you know how much money I spend. Like you see behind me, I've got some art materials here, like it's expensive doing art.
Absolutely. Um, so, and that's one of the things we talk about poetry, right? Poetry is like the affordable form of art because you need nothing,
For real.
right? You
Just
need
one
a
of these and a pen, and you're good.
that's it, that is it. So you don't have to have art supplies, you don't have to have an instrument, you don't have to have lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. Just
Yeah,
do
because
it.
I play the piano as well. You know that. Like, I started playing the piano when I was 7. Like, my grandma used to take me every single week, and like, you know, stuff like that. So once you've got the one thing, like, you can just keep doing what you're doing. But like with art, like, it's just constant, 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 and it's so expensive.
Now, have you ever done a thing where you were poeting while you were creating art, like
Yeah,
reciting?
I've even got actually there's a picture on my screen. I tried to pull up a thing to show some artwork, and this is like a screen recording of the video that I was trying to find that I couldn't find. But in this piece, I forgot, yeah, someone bought it a long time ago, and these people, they're like basically millionaires. Their house is massive. They've got so much artwork. They've got some real famous artists in there as well. Yeah, then they got my artwork, and they even framed this big old piece, and like I can't even afford to frame my own artwork. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's so expensive. And like I forgot that in the piece, yeah, I'd put loads of poetry, and we're talking before I even come online doing poetry. This is years ago, yeah. Like when I was like, I don't even know, about 18, I think 17, like before I even went to uni, and I'd done this piece. And like one of the daughters was like, I've like seen all the poetry, and I was like, oh, you proper look, because I love that when people like, you know, take a minute and they've actually looked. Like, so, you know, then the mom was saying, oh yeah, like I didn't even notice that, and then she pointed it out, and then we was reading, we saw loads of things that you'd like kind of hidden in. And I was like, I love that, like, you know, because they proper took the time to look, and you get to see, you get like for me, like I like to put stuff in here because it's like then you get another experience. Like if you take the time to have a look, yeah, then you get something more, you know. And even if you don't, you just see it on a whatever scale, like then you still get that. But then, you know, it's just a little special treat, I suppose. And I get so excited about art. I'm sorry.
I love that. Now, do you do anything with music? We know you're doing the art, you're doing the poeting. Are you a musician as well?
Oh no, I play the piano, but nah, like I wish I could sing. If I could sing, man, I wouldn't be here right now. Like, no offense, I'll be on stage, like making my dollar. Like, because I love music. I love, like, the only way I can describe how much I love music is to compare it to art. And like, my brother's a sound engineer, and funny enough, just the other day I was saying to him, because obviously doing all this poetry stuff, like and people always want me to send them poems, but my poems, the way that like I read them, the way that I write them to be able to read them, and even what they say, like most people, like they get intimidated to read them, and I almost feel like there's loads of poems that I wouldn't send to anyone to read on a live, yeah. And so like everyone keeps saying about audiobook, and I'm like, My brother's a sound engineer. Like my brother's like really, like he used to work at like places like Abbey Road Studios where like the Beatles, like, you know, that zebra crossing thing and stuff. Like, you know, he's not like no little like wannabe, like, you know, he's the real deal. So I'm like, why don't I just get him to do it? So then I asked him the other day, and he's like, yeah, of course. And like wherever he's sick and that, like, you know, he wants to be able to do something and it's easy, we can just do it together slowly. So I'm literally like, yeah, gonna properly do that now because it's been like a long time coming.
Now, am I mistaken, or do I remember that you rap?
Nah, that's just the way I talk. Nah, I wish that I
I
just like my
must have heard,
poetry's.
maybe you were like joking with someone on Instagram about doing a rap or whatever, but I had it in my mind that was
Nah,
one of
nah.
the mistakes.
Like they tried to make me when I was younger and that where the area I come from and that like it's kind of one of, but never I've never ever like you know, that's why it's even kind of mad for me the fact that I do so much spoken word poetry. Like I never saw that coming because I hate my voice. Like, and it's kind of mad that in America like you guys just love our accent so much. So yeah, I think that in the UK they're like, yeah, she's shit, but in America because you just like the accent you already bought. So I'm like, you know what I mean, that's my audience.
I want to feel like, and because you know I've covered one of your poems before, maybe two.
Yeah, yeah,
I
you,
want to
yeah.
I want to feel like you could probably rap some of your poems if you like put that cadence to it. I want to feel like you might could be doing that.
Yeah, and I used to actually put music to them, you know, like I used to do it on SoundCloud and I completely forgot. I don't even know if I got my login details for that. I used to find just like free background like audio and like used to just pull it to music and then I don't know why I just stopped doing that. But recently a few people have asked me, oh, do you want to like collaborate and let us like make some music to put? And I'm like, yeah, obviously I'd love that, you know, that'd be wicked. So
Heck yeah. So your brother is a sound engineer, you're an artist, your grandmother was an artist. You've got a
yeah,
strong thread of creativity running through your family.
mm, definitely.
Yeah. Now it's just you and your brother, right? You don't have another sibling.
Nah, I got two brothers. I got one big brother. My big brother's that one, and my little brother. But he's like my little brother. We call him Baby Hitler and Alan Sugar. Yeah, and it might sound wrong to some people, but it's because he's so militant. Yeah, and he's all about money and like so. That's just what we call him. Like,
So I take it he's
but
not an artist.
nah, no. Like he's always he's like Justin, you get it, doesn't he? He's like, you know, and he'll say something, and it's like he's talking about a square, but it's a rectangle. I'm like, well, it's not. He's like, it's the same thing. I'm like, no, well, it's not. No, because you want me to do it because always wants me to make things for his company and that. And it's like, but I need to know what you want. And like, he's like, you artist, you should just be able to do it. So I'm not a magician, bro. Like let me know what you want. So yeah, but he's a good guy, man.
If anyone who knows you has heard you talk about your grandmother,
Yeah.
you have such wonderful stories about your grandmother, and I love the story that you've shared about when you guys used to clean the church together. Was
Oh
that
yeah.
was that her church that she attended when she was still alive?
Yeah, like she's there now. Like I've got some of her ashes, yeah. Like but I fought to get her in that church. So basically, like this church literally, like Grandma used to clean the altar cloth, like iron it. Like we used to like clean the candles, shine the candles. We used to clean the chairs, put the books back under the chairs. We used to do the flowers. Like we was there all the time. And even in at one point, Grandma used to make the bread. My grandma used to make the best bread on my days. Yeah, like oh, I can smell it just thinking about it. Yeah, Grandma's bread. And then so then they would have Grandma's bread at Holy Communion. Like, you know, my grandma was like literally everything to do with that church and like everyone knew grandma. And like so now my grandma is like 90% of her ashes are in the front garden of the church, yeah, right by the big old cross, right? And like you don't it's not a church with a graveyard or anything. You don't get buried there. You're not, you know, I had to get high, I had to keep like I had to go high up, yeah. But like my grandma's that much of a G, yeah, that she's in her church right now, basically. So like she's still looking after the church. And yeah, like I always remember, like, yeah, I say to you, like, because it's true, like, the amount of times I used to always with my grandma, as much as I could be with my grandma when I was younger, especially, like, it's like the weekends, and, like, every weekend you have to clean the church, and, like, you have to go to church on Sunday, so then we'd be cleaning church, and, like, it used to be them old, like, pews, and you'd be, like, this tiny little bit of cleaning on top, but, like, grandma, like, what are we even cleaning? She's like, it's God's house, you've got to look after it, and I'd be like, okay, and it's, like, you know, I just miss my grandma for them, like, like, one sentences that she'll give me, yeah, like, that will just make everything make sense, and, all right, carry on, like, you know, just, I miss her so much, man, yeah.
I know you do miss her, and she would be so proud of you.
Yeah.
Is that church, is that the church that she grew up going to,
Nah,
or
because she come from Guyana, innit, nah. Because like my grandma come from Guyana when she was 25 and she was pregnant with my mum, and like she moved to London, and like they lived there for a while, and then they moved to like where my mum still lives and like where she used to live in Luton, and like I don't live like there. I live a bit further away, not too far, but like good hour in the car, and like so yeah. But as soon as she like moved to that area, she became part of the church, and so for like probably don't know, man, like 50 years or something. I don't know, 40 years, 50 years. Yeah.
So this was a real labor of love for her,
Yeah.
that she brought you into that. I guess when you would stay with her, you guys would go and do that together.
And then like her funeral was back at her church, and like because she wanted to be cremated, so like she got cremated, but we had to have the service at her church, and it's so like, you know, I had to stand there back in the same church, and it's like the oilcloth was so shit that day. I was like, right, grandma would like who's doing this oilcloth now? Like grandma like would not let this be on like someone's funeral day as well. Like so I was like, you know, but yeah, it's also kind of funny because even like the candle holder things that they had, I was like, I've shouldn't them, I've done everything like cleaning with grandma. I remember like struggling to get some of the like candle wax off before, like, and just little things like that, and then seeing them there on that day as well, like, mad, like, but. Anyway, yeah, thanks for remembering that and asking, because yeah, I've always spoke about grandma long before she passed and after, so it's not like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, it's always one of the things that I felt a real kinship with you about, because I have such, strong memories
Did
of
you
not
have your
only
cup as well
grandma.
in it? Like, I love that, like, you know, your cup that you said about, and you still use it every day with your pens, so that it's like, yeah,
Yeah, I got it right here. There's
yeah, man.
my
I got
grand.
my grandma's picture right here. I got some of her ashes here. Everything like I got little bits and bobs. Like, and as well, funny enough, I was looking at this earlier because she got this from Guyana before, yeah. When and like it's the
Oh.
key to Guyana, and I'm going to Guyana. I'm like, come on, grandma, we're ready for this, isn't it? Like, you know,
So
yeah.
when you
Like,
go to Guyana, will you see where she grew up as a child, like that home, that property?
yeah, like, well, I don't know if the building's still, I don't know if, I don't know about that, to be honest, but there's loads of places and like there's still family out there that I've never met. Like our family's so big because my grandma's 1 of 10 and she was the baby. And like, so there's so many people that like, whenever I meet anyone else in the family in different countries, like no one knows everybody. Like everyone's like, oh, you know, so-and-so, you know, so-so. And it's like, then we talk and it's like, you know, everyone knows about everyone, but not everyone's met everyone. It's like, I'm meeting so many of them. It's amazing. And like, yeah, so it's just, I don't know, I'm blessed.
So is this going to be like a big family reunion, like a plan?
I'm just going to be like, yeah, because to meet my family again from New York and Texas, yeah, I've met them quite a few times with grandma and that as well. And then like, but to then go with them to Guyana and then meet all the people I'm going to meet, I don't even know, like, there's going to be so many people, like, and there's Selma cheap and strong, yeah, like my grandma's surname's to Selma, like, we always, it's like a joke in the family, yeah, because like, you can see everywhere Selma, yeah, everyone looks the same. So it's like, I'll just go to Guyana and I'll just be like, okay, like, it's going to be like, so yeah, like,
I love
sorry
it.
for waffling. I
I'm
get excited.
excited for you. Yeah,
Thank you.
I know. You need to,
Yeah.
you need to paint family portrait. Like that needs to
Oh.
be a painting.
Well, you know, you can't really see it behind here. Actually, I could probably take you and show you. But like, it's my grandma. It's a picture of my grandma. Like, but it's hard to do, you know, because like obviously, you know, got to look at her face in detail, and it's, you know, it's just hard. Even like, I don't know. And it's like, how can I do her justice? Really and truly.
Yeah.
But
So, do you have a piece that you would like to share?
oh yeah, like I haven't even got any poetry open. Yeah, like maybe I should share the piece. All right, I'll share the piece that I done at grandma's funeral because of what you was just saying. Like, you know, I have to owe to my grandma because she was one of the people that always accepted me to be creative and do what I wanted to do. Yeah, even though she didn't understand it really and truly. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously she did art back in the day, but the poetry and that, like, she's like, it's lovely, babes. She had no clue what I was talking about. Yeah, but like
As
she
an
heard this before she
artist, she
passed.
must have been so incredibly proud of your talent and the things that you create, because they're beautiful.
Yeah, she was always a bit nice about it. Like my mum doesn't quite understand. Oh, sorry, someone's ringing my phone. Sorry, um, but. Yeah, like she just always just let me be me and just accepted me and like was my safe space. And so yeah, like, and I always say to people, like, even back in the day, because we only have had grandma, we never had like oh, sorry, someone keeps ringing my phone. Is it cutting me off when my phone's ringing?
No, I heard you.
Uh, like we only have had grandma, and like I used to say to people like, why don't you go see your grandparents? And that they're like, oh fuck's sake, stop ringing my phone, man. Like they would be like, oh, we go see them at Christmas or like birthday time. And I'm like, go see them, man. What's the matter with you? I see my grandma every day, like literally, like it didn't make sense to me. So anyway, obviously I'm lucky that I got to have that in my life. And anyway, all right. So this piece, yeah, loads of people in the family got it. It's downstairs on my wall as well, and it's like I read it at her funeral, and then like it went in her coffin with her in the ashes. So you know, yeah, it's like really important. Oh, God's sake. My phone. Sorry, it's really annoying. I hate when people, if you're not answering the phone, you keep rejecting the call. Why do you keep ringing? Like, I'm obviously not able to speak right now. All right. I'm gonna come on screen here. Broken circuit, incomplete, hierarchy, rock of the family, mom, dad, grandma, granddad, weekends at church, polishing the back of chairs, stacking Bibles, assorting flowers, learning values, seeing a real life queen, educating, teaching, baking techniques over dodgy radio beats. Show me our heritage with plates filled with memories from your youth. Guyanese roots reach far, planting the seeds that grow in me. The strongest, bestest, most all and everything. Superwoman, warrior, grandma. Seeing you broken made no sense. You you were meant to live for an eternity. You can't really leave. The world doesn't spin like it did. Food doesn't taste the same. Straight lines, zigzag. You left long before your physical being, swapped with a frail old lady, repeating memories of a nursing training, saying goodbye again and again. Brain and body broken, stolen by a curse called Parkinson's, a shell of your former being. Still, always reminding me of all the things you taught me, even when you weren't sleeping. Just resting your eyelids. You saw my goals, showed me morals, random remedies, and superstitious myths. Ears burning. Give me a number. Hand itching, money coming. Foot burning, where you going? Folklores and customs I can't ignore. If you weren't at church or standing over the stove, catch you in the bingo hall, waiting on that one last number for the big windfall. Weekends spent with you, church was a ritual. 9 o'clock sessions followed by the main service always taught me to pray to him. Hours cooking was a given. Not before. Endless chores you enjoyed, serving everybody daily, changing the autocloth, ironing for everyone, sewing for so-and-so. Going to town never ended up bumping into, what's her name again? I have no idea, was always your reply after I watched you ask about the family, always sending positive vibes. Remember when every frame was adorned with a golden boy, unincluded, empty portraits. You changed every windowsill to show you do love me too. I'd give anything to hear you speak. Complain about the pain in your knee or that you missed a big win. Nice scrum and nice scrum and nice is our thing. Always trying to make me eat. Your recipe's the ultimate feast. I should have learnt more. I remembered it twice. Listened louder, spoke quiet, saw more, memorized it all, soaked up that knowledge of a better human being. Instead, I didn't fully appreciate your specialness. Now I'm stuck forever missing everything you ever did.
I love that piece. That is
Namaste.
it is such a testament to everything that she meant to you. And just hearing you speak that, it's like an autobiography.
Mm,
You know, all of those memories and the love that's in your voice when you speak
yeah,
that.
man.
It's a hell of a testament to her.
Thank you. Like, so that's why obviously saying at her funeral, standing next to, her coffin and saying it, was one of the hardest days of my life, but it's also like special. And that's why poetry really means more than just, throwing down a few lyrics and, coming on screen and saying them. So, yeah, thank you.
Did poetry and art help you work through that time after she passed away when you were dealing with your grief?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I was already doing poetry stuff and that before then, but like I kind of like had to suppose just I don't know, you have to in it like get it out somehow, don't you? And just writing stuff down and brutal. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times it was like I didn't want to write it. Sometimes as much as poetry is like so good for the soul, it's fucking hard to do. Like when you're in that moment, like and you can't face like the emotions, it's like one of the hardest things to do. So it was hard, but it also like it's like someday like right, we're doing this today, like because I already like itching to do it because I know I need to do it, but then like nah, we can't pull that plaster off today, and I'm not ready for that sting. And they'll be like, right, we're doing this, and then as soon as I start doing it, like it's painful, but it's definitely been part of the process, and she wouldn't want me to be sad at the end of the day, so yeah.
When we talk about poetry and the arts as being so valuable for mental health, and working through your pain and working through your emotions. And I know that, I mean, I've heard you speak about how hard that was to lose her. She was your Justar. She was your guiding star.
She was annoying as fuck. Don't get it twisted, yeah. Like she was, be on the phone annoying me 1,200 times a day. But like, sometimes she say, "Stop ringing me, grandma." I'm like, that sentence hurt my heart after she left because I'm like, right, I'll do anything for one more call. And like, but at the same time, you know, she was annoying. Like, just don't get it twisted. Like, but yeah.
Now, in addition to your grandma, your brother is a really strong figure in your life. Can you speak a little about your advocacy for bone marrow donors?
Yeah, well, like yeah, I'm a stem cell donor, and like there's an Anthony Nolan charity. Yeah, like I beg people, just anyone sign up, man. Just try register, like see what can happen, because I was his stem cell donor just recently, and like it's really hard seeing like strong people broken, and just exactly 1 year after my grandma died, like my brother was in a coma, and like we hadn't spoken for a couple of years, because when you just said about him being strong, yeah, I kind of was like, oh, I don't know, because he's not really that strong yet. Even well, what he's going through now changes that, I suppose, but you know, he let us down in like the sense of where we fell out and that about your grandma and blah 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 long before she passed, and then he didn't come to her funeral. So this is where I'm eating my words, and this is why I'm bringing this up, because like he used to live with my grandma and stuff, and then I felt like he abandoned her before she died, and when she went into the care home and then she died, and like he just abandoned her because he couldn't deal with it. Like, but you know, me and my little brother had to go and do the funeral. I watched my little brother carry her in, and like when the man first knocked the door with his hat in his hand, like the Undertaker and that, yeah, I just broke. I was like, I can't do it. I'm not doing this. Like, I can't do it. Like, I fucking broke. I was broke, yeah. And my little brother came up to me, like, we're not a touchy family, yeah, apart from with grandma. Like, so, you know, we don't hug each other and that. And he came and gave me the biggest hug. He's like, we're doing this for grandma. You got this, come on. So it's like, right, come on. Whereas my mum said to me, stop being so fucking stupid, move out the way, yeah. And he's like, you fucking can't leave her alone, yeah. And sorry to be, but this is, you know, family, like shit, a real, you know, important time. It's like, rah, like I just broke. I'm sorry, I didn't know what to do. And then so like, yeah, older brother sort of like let us down because he weren't there that day, and like, you know, he should have been there, like he should have been there, like, you know, in that poem when it says about like, remember when every picture, like, you know, was the golden boy, that's the golden boy, and like everyone that knows about the golden boy. So then basically I used to say, like, after she died, I wouldn't even spit on his grave, yeah, because I was so angry and upset with what he did, and I thought that I hated him, but I hated what he did, yeah. Words are really powerful. And then look at then my brother like in the coma, and I'm watching the back of his eyelids, begging for him to wake up, praying to God for him to wake up, and it's like, you know, I didn't really obviously mean that. And then look at me now trying to keep him alive. Yeah, then like, you know, we didn't know he had leukemia. Then like, you know, a little while later we found out he has leukemia, and like now he's sick with that. And now I'm his like stem cell donor, and it's been a process. Yeah, I'm not saying like I'm not trying to put anyone off. It's a bit of a process, but it's worth it. Like, and I'll do it again a million times over. Anything to save my brother or anybody. And like, but you know, words are powerful. Like, look at my words that I was saying. I wouldn't spit on his grave, and now I'm trying to stop him from going to a grave. You know, so. Yeah, and it's been a lot, I'm not gonna lie, but also, you know, life is short, and like, you know, a couple of weeks ago, like my auntie died just out of the blue, and like she fell over and she died, and she wasn't a weak, frail old woman, man. Like, and so I just think life's short. Just live your life, be nice, just tell people you love them, and just care and be a decent human being.
Absolutely. So thank you for the clarification. I actually was confused. I was thinking it was your younger brother,
Nah,
it's your older brother.
yeah. I
Okay.
don't really call him my older brother though. I know it sounds weird, yeah, like because he's 1 year and 5. That's the thing, we're 1 year and 5 days apart. Yeah, he's March the 4th, I'm March the 9th. So this is why we fall out as well, yeah, because we're so close. Like we've grown up doing everything together. And then my little brother, like, and when I say little, everyone's like little because he's like 6'3" and he's like a big dude, yeah. And like he's still 12 to me. I used to wipe his back when he used to go to the toilet, like, you know what I mean? Like shit. Like but yeah, like thank God, nah, not my little brother, but yeah, regardless, like you never could have made like given me enough money in the world to make me believe this would happen like that, the situation, but it has to happen to someone that, you know, done it, I suppose, and this is the situation. So that's why as well, like the whole stem cell donor stuff, like luckily, thank God, yeah, like I am a 94.7% match, yeah, and it's like fucking like banging match, you know, it's so good. But like he's lost all his hair and that again recently, and like he's just his last lot of chemo and that, but seeing him like that, like it just keeps wanting to try to come see me lately, and like I keep avoiding him, and it sounds horrible. It's like because we've only just started speaking again recently, and like we've spoken about stuff to do with grandma and that, yeah, hard conversations, yeah. But then like I don't want to see him looking so sick. He already shaved it off because he was already coming out again there. But then he's so patchy and that, and he's so weak and stuff, and it's like it's just too like I was there for grandma, like watching her, like the strongest person you ever knew, ever, like, you know, broken and like changed into this other like person, and then it's like, you know, my big brother now, like watching him so weak and frail, like I didn't like it, and that sounds very selfish, but it's so hard.
So thank you for the correction too on the donor. the type of donations that you were making?
Yeah, like
It was
no,
blood,
but
bone
it
marrow,
still
but
is the same sort of thing though, because you know you have to inject yourself yeah for like 4 days before, although I had to do 5 days yeah, but like you have to inject 2 injections a day yeah, like into your belly, right? And I'm not gonna lie, like 1, 2, 3, go, I can't do it, yeah. Like injecting yourself just feels wrong, right? But I was like, right, because Zana's gone through all this, you can do this. Like, come on, stop being a pussy. So like, took me a minute, but I done it like every day, and like, but then the pain, yeah, like because it draws out the bone marrow from your bones into your blood. So then, like when you're on the machine, because the machine like it takes out all your blood from your body and it goes in the machine, then they put it all back in the other arm, like so you have both arms on the thing. And like it's really clever, but the pain in my bones, like I didn't realize like yeah, I mean it's like an experience, but worth it obviously. But yeah, so it's still the bone marrow, but then the next thing is after that, if this doesn't work, then the bone marrow in a slightly different way, the more painful way apparently. But you know.
So just to, because I don't know a whole lot about this. So you were talking about being a 94.7 match, 0.7% match. Is that because you are related to him that you are such
Yeah,
a good match?
yeah. Because like I was in America when like the because my brother didn't even know his stem cell donor until like 2 weeks before the day of me doing the harvestation they call it. Like so that's the first time we spoke again since when he woke up from the coma. Like so you know even that in itself was mad. Like but I had to come back from America to see if I was a match. And then like it's you know they have to match up so many markers and that and it takes a long time. But then obviously I was, but they didn't tell me this. I didn't know this until like when I was doing it. And but yeah, it's like literally fucking you can't really ask for much more, you know. And I think it's just because we are so close in age and whatever, but it's lucky and because of our ethnicity as well, yeah, being like half Guyanese, it's like not you know, not I don't know how many Guyanese people you know, I don't know, like UK is very different. Like so it's hard to find another like there was a person in Brazil that was apparently a match for him too, but then they fell through and like so then obviously, you know, I was never gonna not be his match. But yeah, it's like our ethnicity and that's why as well I like to push it for people because you know just fucking like you know you don't understand if one person that needs that match man like that's you know like because I tried to match for other people and they said no we need you you still got to just wait for your brother like because even after that I was like but they said to me like please just push it tell everyone so I'm doing that I'm just telling everyone so sorry if I'm annoying about it but you know you can save someone's life like shit.
Yeah. So if I want to donate, even though I'm not necessarily related, to anyone, I'm just
Yeah,
doing.
you could be a perfect match for someone. You could be a better match than that. Yeah, like you don't know, just register. Like you haven't got to do anything to just register. Just try it, like shit, or like you know, do your organs or something as well. Like everyone, like there's so many things, and like the more that I've been like pushing about this recently, the amount of people on Instagram and stuff that have told me are like, oh, I had this donated, I had this transplant, I had this, my daughter, my brother, my uncle, like, and I'm like, right, there's so many people that we don't realize that have like benefited from these things, and like it takes all of us to help it make it happen. It's like you know it's just so important and there's so many ways that you can help someone that you don't even realize.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, have you done any artwork pieces in support of the charity?
No, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm still like not still recovering, like you know, I should be better now, but it wasn't that long ago really, and I had to do 2 days, yeah, and like it's gonna sound horrible the way I say it, but this is the way that me and my brother talk, and like, you know, he's so fat, yeah, I had to do 2 days, like because he's 2.5 times my weight, yeah, literally like factually, yeah. Like so they were saying we don't normally ask this and it's a lot for the body, like, but we need you to do another, like we need more cells, yeah. Even though my cells are really good, like I looked after myself so well, like to make sure I wasn't smoking to any like, you know, proper looked after my body to make sure my body was good to help him. And then like they said you know, he's a big guy. I said, that fat motherfucker, yeah. Like so where he's so fat, yeah, like right, I had to do 2 days and like so then the second day that I was in pain, man, it hurt me. So like you know, the process, you know, you regenerate the cells instantly, they just start regenerating in us, but like not in someone sick like him. And like but yeah, I've been a lot more tired like initially than I really thought I would be and whatever, but I don't know, man. I think I'm just getting older as well. But yeah, like it's all jokes and like I know the way that I talk sometimes. But when he woke up from the coma, one of the first things I said to him was like, I thought you lost weight, but they got you a bigger bed. And it's true, like they had to import a bigger bed because he's so fat, yeah. And like I thought he lost weight, but it's just a bigger bed. And like so then like, you know, but it made him smile, like, you know, and like it's like just our banter, like
That's awesome. So what was the after effects of that? You were tired and I know you were gone kind of
sorry, my
away from
friends.
this for a couple of days.
Yeah, like yeah, just regenerating the cells and stuff and just having to look after your body and like yeah, the second day was horrible, like, you know, and it just felt horrible. Yeah, but you're not supposed to do that. The first day was fine, sort of thing. Like, I did try to like jump up straight away, and it was a bit much, and then you know, was a bit thing, but it's not like really and truly in the bigger scheme of things, it's mine now. And like, you know, look at what my brother's been through. My brother's been in hospital for like 10 months out of 12 months. You know, literally, yeah. He even recently, when he's like come out of hospital, he wasn't meant to leave yet, but he's so stubborn, and like, you know, he just went against medical advice, but he still has to go back every single Wednesday. So, you know, but I understand, because it's like spending your life in hospital. It's not fun.
Yeah.
So.
So how many more times will you do this process, the treatment process?
Well, hopefully this works. So far, like, it's going quite well. Like, because he had a cold the other week, and like well, he still got it. Like, but his body's been fighting it, and it doesn't make sense in a way, but it does, because it's like before, you know, a cold can kill him, but because his body's fighting it, it's like the cells are working. So, you know, he was like, you know, saying like, it's a good thing, it's all right, like, it's good. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You got a cold, man, you're right. Like, he's like, nah, like, because it's getting better. And I was like, oh yeah. And he's like saying about the cells and what they were saying. I was like, oh yeah, but I don't know. I might have to do the bone marrow thing, but hopefully not. But regardless, you know, I would do anything to save anybody's life that I could save. And obviously, it's my brother, and like, I'm eating my words, like I said, and you know, spelling in words is fucking powerful. So yeah.
You are also an incredibly passionate and powerful advocate for women who have gone through sexual abuse. Is that
Mm.
thing that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, I'm open for anything. Like, because before I used to like literally be silenced and scared to speak. And so these days, you know, I took the power. One day I did the International Women's show online with some other people I used to work with before I was like proper on Instagram doing this stuff, and like um just decided that day, like, just came out of nowhere. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna tell my story, because I used to be so scared of like people judging me, or you know, I don't know, like, I don't know why we feel judged for what happens to us. And like, so then one day I took the power and I told my story. And it's even in a book as well. I'm in quite a few books, you know. I don't forget, don't push my stuff. I always forget. Like, but telling about it now as well, because literally, like, why do we punish ourselves for what happens to us? Like, so yeah, regardless, I'm so sick of the world, like, literally, you know, telling women how to not get raped. I just wish that they would tell rapists just not to rape, because I think it'd be a lot easier. And like, you know, they don't understand the constant turmoil and the things that I said in the media and blah 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 that like make it worse. Like, I remember, like, I tried to kill myself after like not being able to deal with like the rape situation when I was like 27 years old and I got raped, and I was abused as a kid, and like never told no one, because wasn't allowed to. Wasn't allowed to, like, you know, children should be seen and not heard, like, and that's why you can't shut me up now. And like, so I had my art, and I was, you know, thank God for that. But then as an adult, it's like, well, what's the point? But then like my friend already knew, like, she just luckily, you know, so the police were involved, blah blah blah, and got to the point, and I couldn't do it no more, because the amount of intensity and stuff that you have to deal with, yeah, like you see in the movies, you see on TV, it's like that. It's horrible, yeah. It's you're being violated again. It's fucking awful. Like, but I felt like, and this is the things what I felt like, because of what happened to me as a kid, that I didn't report and do anything about, yeah, like that other people could be getting hurt by that same person. It's my fault, and so the guilt. So it's like, this time I'm gonna, you know, try and do it differently and try and blah blah blah. But then it's like, I can't do this anymore. So then I called the police, said I can't do it, tried to kill myself, then ended up in a special hospital in London for 60 days, and changed my whole entire life, changed my whole perspective. And literally, oh, my phone won't stop ringing.
Did we lose her?
I think so. I think she ended our call by accident.
She'll pop back on, I'm sure, here
I'll
in
be
just a
right
second.
back.
But what she was saying, I think, is something that a lot of people go through. I myself am a victim of sexual abuse and rape, and going through that as a child, not telling anyone, being afraid to tell anyone, and then feeling
Yo,
that sense of guilt later on. There she is. There she is.
sorry, man, my phone keeps ringing. Like,
You a popular girl.
I just sent a message to the wrong person as well. Yeah,
But I
sorry
was
about.
just, I was literally just agreeing with you, that sense of guilt of not being able to speak your truth as a child, and then feeling guilty later that other people, you know, could have gone through the same thing because you didn't speak up. I went through that exact same thing, and I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah, and it's not fair, you know, that guilt, but also apparently it's quite common, and clearly, as you understand. So yeah, that's basically why. these days I just speak up. And as well, it's a culture thing, because in my family, the Guyanese thing, and that, like, you don't speak about things, you just get on with it. And like when you're younger and that, like, it's brought up on beats and stuff, like, and not to say that I agree with that or think people should beat their kids or anything, but it's what I knew, and I thought that was what it was meant to be. And like, even as well, when I was a kid being abused, like the person that was abusing me, like, was used the fact that I got beat against me and said, well, you get beat by your mum, you're going to get into more trouble, blah blah blah. And it's like, it's so easy to be manipulated. So this is why I'm always like, speak to your kids, man. Let them express themselves to you in any way, man. If they can't speak it, just let them and listen to them. Don't make them afraid, sort of thing. So yeah, like, sorry for that. Just trying to get all in at once and then my fucking phone. But
Now you've also done
bringing it up, like,
you've also done advocacy work with children as well too. You want to speak about that?
Oh yeah, the Childhood Project. Have I already spoke about that? Or was that before the show?
I think we were talking about that before the show.
Yeah. Well, thanks for reminding me. Then, yeah, the Childhood Project. Look it up on Instagram and stuff. And I think it's on some of my pin things. I can't remember. But basically, the Childhood Project is something that I've worked on in a couple of years in a row now, from the beginning, where like it's about children of addicts and stuff, rather than just, like, no offense to the addicts, obviously, glad that they're getting help, but no one always thinks about like the kids and stuff, and like growing up with that, like, as your experience of your childhood and whatnot. So it's another way again to push, like, using creativity for your like mental health and well-being, and letting the kids have a voice and being involved and stuff. So we do it in the Saatchi Gallery, which is like big gallery, yeah, like one of the most famous galleries in like the UK. And yeah, I've been blessed enough to like be part of that. And yeah, that's the sort of stuff, that's like being, like, that's what I live for, that sort of thing, being able to do anything like that helps people, before it's too late. I don't want to, like, I want to help you afterwards, but like, shit, I'd rather help you before it happens. Like, rather make a difference before, your head gets chopped off. Like, we're going to stitch you back on later, but like, let's try before you get chopped off.
I've really enjoyed hearing you talk about interacting with the kids too. I kind of picture you as like that fun aunt, right? Yeah. Speak on that. Speak on that.
I've got so many nieces and nephews, yeah, and I've got no real nieces and nephews, yeah, but I'll take that back because they get upset. Yeah, they're my real nieces and nephews, yeah, they're my little dawns, right? Like, and they ring me to FaceTime me, and like, I've got so many of my friends' kids, yeah, like, they're my babies, yeah, like, because we just, I don't know, they just, I suppose, I just bond with them. I hear them, and like, kids are so innocent and real, and like, they don't ramp, like, they'll tell you the truth, and like, the bond that I've got with loads of these, like, you should see my fridge, you'd think I've got loads of kids. The amount of pictures and that I've got on there of them, like, yeah, like, I love it. And yeah, so I am that cool aunt, and like, they call a lot of them Auntie JT and stuff, yeah. All right, like, but then they make me feel odd sometimes. They say some stuff, like, what the fuck are you talking about? So one of my little nephew, yeah, like, I even said to him recently, yeah, like, I can't call you little nephew anymore, kind of, because he's so big, yeah. So I'm like, all right, little big man, like, but he always calls me Auntie JT, and just, but he says something sometimes, like, what are you talking about? And then like, he has to feel me, and makes me feel old. But also because I don't have children, like, it gives me life, like, because I love kids and stuff, and like, obviously, there's a reason why I have kids, but at the same time, like, that's how I get my little fix of, like, yeah.
I love that. Auntie JT. See, even your auntie name is cool.
Well, they give me that, like, bless them. So yeah.
I can picture you talking to the kids, be like, don't ever let anybody tell you to be silent.
Yeah, and like, they do art, and they love doing art with me, and like, then, so like, even this over there, I showed one of my little nieces, yeah, like, the bit, like, in this grandma's picture, because like, there's a bit of me up the top. It's a screenshot basically of being on the phone with grandma on a FaceTime before, yeah, because like, I'm always looking at her forehead on a FaceTime a few times when I managed to FaceTime her, yeah. No, grandma, hold the phone properly. And so we just had a laugh, and I screenshotted her, and then so like, I thought it was just a cool image to do for a drawing. And then like, the box of me in it just looks jokes, and so I was like showing my little niece like how, it doesn't always start off how the ending is, because she always sees my artwork and she's like, oh wow, like, blah blah. I'm like, it's a process, like, so don't always get like deterred by the fact that you're looking at your work like this now and you're thinking it's not good enough, because just keep working on it and you'll get to what you want it to be. So like, yeah, it's just funny, like, she was just like, wow, and like, her little face, like stop it.
So talking about your artwork, do you have any that you can do a screen share with us, some of your drawings or paintings?
I can show you. I will flip the screen, and like, I will show you a little video. And like, the first one is actually what I was talking about earlier on, about the poems inside the piece that I never told anyone about, and I kind of almost forgot about. And they
there's a screen share function embedded.
No, but it's on a different device, and like, I don't know where it is on this phone. Like, sorry, can you see that though? So I'll play this, yeah, if that works. Like this is a big, massive painting.
Oh, wow.
And like that's the one that had oh, it's turned around. Oh, I forgot it's gonna do that. All right, so maybe I should do that on my phone then.
Look at that.
It made a difference. Is it was still the wrong way around? But these are some of my pieces over the years. Like most of it's all old, to be fair. This is actually all definitely old.
And you do multimedia, like your installations are so creative.
Yeah, like my actual degree was interactive arts. So like I don't just like drawing on a bit of paper. It's very boring to me. Like I like to make it an experience. So yeah, like that red thing I've done before and like just I don't know, I suppose it's more like poetry in that as well, and it's a bit more involved.
Is interactive art like a performance art type thing?
Nah, it's just like literally like I don't know if you see that red thing that was on the screen, like where you literally you go up and you just interact with the art sort of thing, and just a way of like experiencing it different rather than just a drawing.
I don't know if you guys can see, but like this detail in those sketches that they're just incredible.
There's some paintings that mixed up. Like, yeah, this is a very old video, I'm not gonna lie, but that's a painting on glass. Like the back of it's painted and the front of it's got the lines on it. Oh yeah, that's a size because a lot of the work I do is really big. Like, yeah, see, like that's a big, that's a photograph. Like, um, so yeah, probably not the best way to show my art. But, oh yeah, it's another painting.
You made the comment earlier, we were talking about your art, how you love to try everything. Like you're not tied to one specific genre or style. If there's something touches your fancy, you're gonna explore it. And all of that really shows that you meant what
Yeah.
you said. You're dipping your toes in a lot of different mediums, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I just like to make a mess, get my hands dirty and experiment. And like I think I was saying before we started, like, I could spend all day doing art and not producing nothing, but just escaping and being in that moment is priceless.
So as a working artist who is still trying to, as you said before, kind of find that balance of how to like figure out how to price things and how to sell your art and all that kind of stuff. What's the biggest challenge for you? Because I mean, you're a hell of an artist. There are a lot of
That's
people
the
who
challenge.
are trying to do this and are not as good as you. So what would you advise the folks who are trying to figure out how to make this work?
I would seek advice because I'm the worst person. I think I was saying this the other day, like and it's just a common thing I find, like meeting those artists over the years is like artists are the worst business people. I am the worst business person ever, and like I don't like dealing with the money side of things. I don't like asking people for money. I feel like I've I just don't like that side of it. I just want to do art and like just do art. Just let me do art. Like as well. As soon as it comes to a commission, as soon as it's like you've been paid to do something and that the pressure changes the whole like dynamics of the process of the art, the outcome, like the stress. It's just like when I'm just doing art for the sake of doing art, yeah, I can produce some of my best pieces, just be in the moment and just it's authentic in it. Not to say that the pieces I do for people are not, obviously, because I care about them, but put so much stress on myself trying to think of how it's got to be because it's for somebody else that the process is just like painful almost.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what kind of subjects move you? Because I have seen, in looking at the pictures I've seen of yours, you cover like there was Gandalf, was that Gandalf?
Oh yeah, that was because one of my friends like his missus likes the wizards. So I've done 3 wizards or 4 wizards for them. I can't remember. I don't watch all of them programs, so I actually don't even know the names. But I
Yeah.
know one is Gandalf, and then the other 2, I don't know who they are. But
And then one of yours that I find absolutely gorgeous. I think it's like a World War II soldier with his helmet on.
I've got a few soldier ones actually. I've just seen one on the screen now, yeah, on my Facebook that I'll show you because it might be this one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pastel piece. That's like bigger than the one behind me at the minute. Like that's about, I don't know, 5 foot by 6 foot, something like that.
I mean, it's absolutely stunning. So, I mean, you get inspired kind of all over the map.
Yeah, like I used to like to push like a lot of political art and like I mean I still do, but my heart can't take it. I had to just step away because like I want to fix the world and I can't and it hurts. And so I had to just like, stop watching the news, stop being so entangled in it because it's painful, man. And like my own mental health and stuff that you was talking about a little while ago that happened and that I had to just like try and look after me first before I could try and fix the world.
What do you think makes an artist different from someone who is not artistic?
Everyone's artistic. they just haven't found it yet. The amount of like shows I used to do and stuff to encourage it, and workshops on Zoom and on Facebook and like with the other people I used to work with, but it was my shows like for the kids, like Justar's Inspiring Creativity, like, you know, was my shows. And I used to have kids on there being presenters and stuff, and kids on there. Yo, I know some kids that have wrote more books than me, you all put together, yeah. Like they're sick, they're so sick, like they're so creative, yeah. They're amazing, like they put us to shame. And it's like, you know, people will say, oh, I can't draw. All right, have you tried recently? Or can you paint? Or can you sculpt? Or can you dance? Or can you sing? Or can you poet? Like there's so many other things that you could do. I bet you're sick on a sewing machine. Like let's have a go. And like literally just the amount of people as well have come back to me. I know some of the sickest artists now, yeah, and they're like, they tried to say to me, oh, because of what you were saying, like now I do art. Like no, because like you just listened and realized that, you know, that you already had it in you. But they're like, oh, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing it. And like some of the artwork, I'm like, rah, I told you. But like even I'm like, fuck me, man. Like I need to step my game up. Like they're sick, you know. Like sorry for my language, I get excited about art, and like it's just so powerful to see. I'm so proud of them. Like come on, man. Like yeah, it's special.
I love what you just said. You said, let's have a go. And that reminded me of when Escape Artist, who happens to be in the room right now and is listening, when she said, I think I can do that. And we were all so like, yeah, like that's the
Oh
way.
yeah, I watched that.
Right?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's escaped because she's a metal worker and like you know, as an artist as well. And I feel like escape artist is kind of similar to me in the sense that people don't always know that she does art too. And like, because she's an amazing artist. Escape artist is my favorite poet. Yeah, and I always feel bad that I'm saying that to other poets here because I'm not trying to offend anyone, but like she's so talented. Everything that she reads, man, I'm just mind blown by it. And like I've seen her artwork and you know been lucky enough to meet her in real life, and so just plug her for, you know, big up to the other poets in the room.
Yeah. So I love that because, you know, hers is kind of this very can-do, like, I think I could do that. Right. And you're sitting there like, let's have a go. So it's that
So
whole,
it's like a
don't be
happening, like
afraid of it. Just try it. Just do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love that. I love
You
that.
might enjoy it. That's what I say to people. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You might actually enjoy it. Even the other day, and he showed this guy, like, he kept answering it. He said, but I'm no good at it. I said, but when's the last time you tried it? It's been a long time. I said, so, you know, but when? And like, he kept like saying, yeah, but I'm not good at it. I said, but, you know, and it was like 20 years ago or something, the last time he tried to do art, but he keeps saying that, but I'm no good at it. Like, but, you know, but then why don't you try something again? Why don't you know? But you've not even like given it a chance. You're just automatically answering the question in a negative way, like rather than just accepting that you've not tried it in 20 years. You never know.
That's some truth. That is some truth.
Because I know you do put pain in as well, like, don't you? You dibble double.
Have you ever done something where your painting, your art piece and your poem like sort of go together? They're about the same thing and you
Yeah,
do
even that piece actually that I just showed you then, funnily enough, that's called Man Not Kind. And then like I've got a poem that's called the same thing. Like and just by chance, yeah, like at the same, it gave me the idea and sparked it, and obviously the title as well. Because I don't really like giving titles, like, you know, for my poetry, I don't give titles neither, but even for my artwork, it's only because when you go in galleries and stuff, you have to give a title and then just to, you know, to find the piece. But I don't like to give away too much of a title when I feel the same poetry. Like, you know, I don't want to suggest it. So then, you know, I could have said that's, I don't know, brothers or something, and then you're gonna assume something different about it rather than. So yeah, sometimes I just like to be a bit thing, but that does actually, funnily enough, collaborate with another poem.
So if I understand you correctly, basically you want the viewer to interpret your artwork, whether it's a painting or a poem. You want the viewer or listener to create their own meaning from it, whatever resonates with them.
Yeah, whatever helps you, whatever benefits you, as long as you get it like emotives in some way, like then you know, I'm happy. Like just it feels something, take something from it, even if it's not all what I had in my mind. Like you felt something from it. Like that's the only thing. I've been lucky enough. I've been in so many galleries and stuff. Yeah, like well, not that many. Like that sounds a bit dramatic. Like, but I've been in quite a few galleries and I've witnessed people, and especially like because the way I'm and where I used to be a bit more thing. Like I don't know how to explain it, but people don't always realize that it's my artwork and stuff. And like, not that you should understand of a sign, but I get treated a bit less than in certain environments, yeah, and especially in certain galleries and stuff because they're quite snooty and whatnot. And so I've experienced people like so amazed by my artwork and then turn around and literally treat me like a piece of shit. And then like I remember one time I was with my little brother and was in this gallery and like then he was like, you know, because I was gonna leave it, yeah, because I'm used to it. And I'm like, you know, I don't care. Like I've heard you just bigging up my artwork and then you're gonna treat me like a piece of shit, like whatever. But my little brother's like, you don't even know, like you were just talking about artwork and that's her. Then all of a sudden they want to be nice as pie to me and stuff, yeah. And it's like an example. So it's like, you know, people like are very I don't know, like you can't really trust the way that people are in certain situations, so it's best to just let people take what they want to take, keep it moving, and just I don't know what my point was for that bit there, but just experiencing it in both sides, like, you know, being able to see people's genuine opinions and then being able to see the real people in as well, the way that they are. And like that's the thing about the world, man. That's just, as well some of the things I try to talk about, because we just need to love each other a bit more and just be less dicks.
I am so with you on that. I believe that love is the only thing that can heal everything.
Just be a little bit less of a dick every day, and like the world might be a better place. And like people like think, well, because they treat you like this, you're gonna treat them back like that. Well, then we're all gonna be dickheads in it. And like, what's the point in that? Like, don't let nothing change your morals. Still be who you are and just keep it moving. Like,
so you talked about the various galleries. What isn't there one gallery you were in that's like the really big famous, and I don't know all the names of the
oh,
gallery.
the Search Gallery, yeah, that's for the childhood project. And like then some of my work's toured the whole of the UK. It's been in so many different galleries, like and then it's been bought by other galleries and it's gone in other things. So I can't actually keep up, and like there's still much more I need to do. Like I've barely skimmed the surface, and it's so unfortunate because when that other stuff happened to me that we were speaking about a while ago, like my work was like sailing, like I was on the tour, like doing all this stuff, but then I broke and I couldn't like carry on. You know, I had to just hide. So you know, I feel like just recently I've been trying to like pick it back up again, and obviously my grandma passing and that, you know, I'm still rebuilding, but everything's taught me a lesson and I'm stronger than before, and like, you know,
Yeah.
really.
So one of the things that is really important to me is the state of mental health care in the United States. And I have several friends who have had inpatient mental health care, and the care that they received was definitely not what you would expect for one of the wealthiest nations in the world. Can you talk some about your experience and knowledge of that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously as well, I know it's very different, and like, you know, in the UK we're kind of like lucky in the sense that you know, we get like the government looks after us much more than they do in America, like from what I know and that. But also when you're in one of them places, I know and this is as well, like at the time obviously I did not feel lucky. You know, you said like one of the people in the place that I was in, yeah, she said to me one day, and I was like arguing with them, and like I was just trying to get some medication that I needed, and like, you know, it's a stressful situation. And she was like, do you know how lucky you are to be here? I said, are you fucking stupid? I'm lucky to be here. I was raped and tried to kill myself, and I'm fucking lucky to be here. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, how dare you say that to me? And then like, then I got, after 60 days there, I got put in this other place here, a public, because that was a private place here, that just by chance, because there was no public spaces left, that the government then had to put me in that place here. So like, you know, that's why I was lucky. And then when I got put in the public place here, oh my God, the difference, yeah. I was like, fuck me, where's that woman? I want to ring her up and say, I'm sorry, like, she's right, I was lucky. And it's like, you know, it was one of the most disturbing experiences of my life, yeah. I mean, all of it from the beginning, like the first day I woke up in that place, I couldn't believe that was my life for a start. Like, but the difference in the private place to the public place, night and day. Like it was apparently my little brother, because my little brother was my G when I was in them places, yeah, he was there all the time, yeah. And like, and he worked 7 days a week, 2 jobs, and like we weren't even friends like then. And like, you know, our bond now because of that experience, yeah. Like, and apparently I found this out a long time afterwards that he went back that day, yeah, and he was staying at my grandma's then, yeah, and like went back and saw my other brother and like cried to my other brother, yeah. And I've never seen my little brother cry, yeah, like because of seeing me in the other place. Like that's how disturbing it was. So
Is when you talk about it being disturbing, is it a lack of empathy from the people who are giving care, or more of like the physical building
both, yeah,
room,
but
or what?
yeah, like you just treat it like you don't even matter, like you don't even exist. Like they have this, like, you know, you be asking people like you literally don't exist. Like, you know, you just, I suppose because you just like brushed under the umbrella of like, you know, you're in there because like, you know, it's a mental health thing, and it's like people like sometimes forget the health bit and just like put the word mental and don't understand, you know, what that means, and treat you like you don't exist, and it makes you feel mental. You got more mental in being in one of them places than you would like not being in one of them places. And then when you're finished, they just dump you out, and then it's like, we'll get on with it now. Wow, thanks. Like, so that's why I hid, and that's why now I say, well, we talk about these things, and like, I'm open about stuff because, you know, I didn't know what else to do before. I just hid, and I was scared of like how the world was gonna react. So now, fuck that. Like, I'm taking my own power. I'm gonna tell my story. Like, you know. So, yeah. Thank you.
Like, yeah, Yeah, the state of mental health care, it sounds like, in a lot of places leaves a lot to be desired. And, I think we can do better, and that's something I
Yeah, and
think.
I was lucky, man. Like, and that just sounds dumb, like, for the reasons why I was in there, and I was lucky. Like, but it was like you literally, the Harry Potter. Like, I've never even watched Harry Potter yet. Like, I've seen about 10 minutes of one before. I think, like, apparently, the building just a couple of bits down from the place that I was in. Like, this is what I was lucky to be in this place here. Like, fucking like bougie place here is next to where Harry Potter was filmed, where the like Churchill with loads of things. Like, so Harrow on the Hill is like a money place, and so to be able to experience it like that and then go and see the other side of the coin, like fucking hell. If I'd have gone into the other side first year, I don't know if I'd be here right now. I don't know if I could have handled that. It would have messed me up more, you know? And 60 days is a long time, trust me. Like, they told me a couple of days, and like, it's a lot. But also as well, I think people need to take away the stigma and realize, because before that, like, we used to talk about it amongst our friends, and I remember one of my friends was telling me about her boss, and like, where did she describe the place that he went to? All right, it's kind of like funny, but that's the whole point. Like, as much as I banter and whatnot, but like, she called it like, oh fuck, I can't remember yet. But like, then we kind of joked about it, but also it's like, it's so sad, innit? Like, feel sorry for them, blah blah. And it's like, don't feel sorry for me. Like, don't feel sorry for me, but it's just part of like life sometimes. And it's like, don't be afraid to like let people know that these things have happened to you. Don't be ashamed of the process that you've been through. Like, be proud for the fact that you fucking went through that and you're still going and you did that. And it's, like, use that. Don't, it's like, I've seen a lot of things, and like, there was some nutters in there. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, it's eye-opening. Like, all them crazy artists that you like read about and that, I've got stories to tell. I can, the biography's big. So anyway, yeah, sorry. I just want people as well, like, not to be stigmatized by like this shit, because trust me, even my family, even my mom, like, after I came out of hospital, like about a year later, she's like, oh, well, you're all right now, when you can stop taking the medication. You're not mental no more, are you? You fucking dumb. Like, what kind of sentence is that to say? Like, and they make me feel inadequate because, like, what, I'm taking medication, like, because, anyway.
So we just kind of recap here.
Yeah.
Justar's putting a lot of damn good energy out into the world, right? You're helping out your brother, you're helping out your kids, you're honoring your grandma, you're doing all these good
My
things.
kids, like how you said that, because that's true. I did. They're my kids. Like, they are my.
So what's next? What's on the horizon for you? What are your goals? What you got
You
going
know
on?
what? I don't know. That's a good point. I need to, like, life keeps changing a lot lately, and it's hard work to keep up with. I don't even know what's happening from one minute to the next. I just thank God every day for like keeping me awake and like, being humbled and reminded by the situation of my brother that, that could be me. And like, sometimes he even says to me, because he used to be always doing stuff, and he's a DJ as well, a sound engineer, and like, he can't work on blah blah blah. And like, some days I just want to like, rot in my bed. And he's like, get the fuck up, man. He was like, look at me stuck in hospital. He's like, why are you wasting your life? He's like, get up, go outside, do something. And it's true. So, even if I can get up and do anything, I'm grateful. But I need to push my own stuff more. I need to be more on my life. It's like when I was doing all that stuff, getting ready to be stem cell donor, I looked after myself so well. And like, I wish I could just do that for myself. When it's for somebody else, I could do a lot of things that I never believed possible. But when it's for myself, like, I don't know why I just can't love myself like that. So I'm just trying to like finally start to like love me, like care about me, like want better for me, because I deserve it. Like, I'm a good person. But trying to believe that every day and like wake up and have like feel like I got a purpose, it's hard work.
That's your big up. That's Justar's big up, is to be that, to embody that, to do that.
Mm. And if I learn the magic wand and I'll figure it out, I'll share the message. I'll let you all in on the secret.
Love it.
We will have our own demons.
Have you published a book? I don't remember of ever having.
Yeah, I'm in a few books. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a few books, and there's a new book at the minute. I'm glad you said that. I do acting in that as well, guys. You know that. I've not been in play since last year. Like, done quite a few plays like in Birmingham and London. Like, I love acting. Oh man, it gives me a vibe. Like, but yeah, the new book. What's the new book called? Word Games. Is it called Word Games? What's the new book called? Oh fuck. Word anthology.
Yes, it's called Word Games.
There you go. Thank you. Like, that book, and I've been in a few others. I don't know. I'm not very good at plugging myself, am I? So yeah, go buy the book. I don't know. Ask Valerie. Ask somebody else. Don't ask me. I'm in the book there.
That's awesome. Have we got links? Have we got links in the chat? Can you read off? Because I'm not sure that folks watching on YouTube, I don't know that they can see the chat. Can you read off your links to where they can see your artwork and purchase your artwork?
Oh shit, yeah, like you have to come. I used to have a website, but it used to cost me too much money to get the website open. It was too much hard work. Like, so yeah, just Instagram, Justar underscore misdemeanor underscore artist. There is a lot of Instagram of me on there, but please just contact that one because it's a lot of work. And then yeah.
So Justar underscore misdemeanor underscore artist.
Yeah.
All right, for her artwork. Y'all, like, seriously, check her out. It's just yeah, big up on that.
Big up.
Big up.
Say
So
Laura again one more time for anyone that missed the beginning.
So I want to do a collaboration with you because something that you said, and and like we've talked a lot, and I've also been in spaces where you've been, and I've heard you talk a lot. So I feel like I know like so much about like your grandma and your family and all the stuff, right? But I've never heard you talk about how your grandma baked bread. That was the first time I've ever heard you speak on that.
For real, yeah, grandma made the bang in this bread, yeah. And like it's a bit sad because you know my auntie Yo, yeah, that died recently, yeah. Like we used to joke because apparently Auntie Yo told me, yeah, like, oh that, and I'm not, I don't know if I could believe this or not. Yeah, she said that grandma used to say that her bread was better than grandma's bread, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can believe that, but like, I do believe her. And then so like, yeah, like, and then she said that she tried to bake bread after grandma died, but like it just didn't go right. And then me and her were meant to make bread together, and then obviously, she's gone. So then I've been like joking, like speaking to them, like saying, I hope you're baking bread together. And I'm like, but yeah, everyone used to want grandma's bread. It's be annoying sometimes. You go around here and then like, no, you can't have that. That's for so and so. You can't have this. Well, what can I eat then? Like, I can smell this bread. I'm not ready to eat this bread, man. Like, oh yeah, I could make it too, but I don't know. It's too like emotional, man, making it. And if it goes wrong, it's gonna like upset me. But yeah, like I used to always be grandma making her bread, man. Oh, the smell.
So my grandma baked bread as well and was known for that and celebrated for that. So I think you and I need to do a collaborative poem about our grandma's bread.
Yeah, there's so much I could say. Like, I used to bake with grandma all the time. Like, grandma's always cooking. Like, you're like in my poem, innit? Like, oh yeah, that's amazing. And that smell in it and like the warmth and like just, yeah. And just that experience, like even saying to people like bake for your kids and shit, do all them things, man. Because the amount of memories like I've got with my grandma, like doing stuff like that. And she used to let like me and my brother, like we used to make a mess in our house sometimes, like making shit that didn't make no sense, yeah, and like making like milkshakes and all the playing with the machines. Like we gave her ants one time just because like, making a mess being kids, but she let us do that. Like my mom would have gone mad, my mom would have given us beats, like we'd have been in trouble, we'd have been terrified to do it, yeah. But grandma just let us be. And it's like, I remember even making mince pies with grandma and like putting like the mince in like the pies, and like I was like, why are you putting mince in it, grandma? Like, because I'm thinking mince, like beef mince in it, yeah. And like, it didn't make sense, even though I could see what it looks like, yeah. And then she just looked at me, the way she looked at me, she's like, it's not the same mince. And I was like, oh, like, because I just, I don't know. It's like little memories like that, man. They like, see how much it makes me smile. Like, I've got so many memories with my grandma. Like, I'm so lucky, As much as I miss her, I'm lucky, man.
Now, is mince like the mixture of nuts and spices?
Yeah, like mince pies they have at Christmas. And yeah, but in my little child mind at the time, I was proper little, like was thinking like mince meat, like spaghetti bolognese, that mince, like
Now let me rephrase. When I nodded, like yes, I know of that from reading about it, but we don't have that in the States. I don't think we have that in the States.
Stop it.
I don't think we do.
No way.
I don't think anybody else in the room.
America's big in it, to be fair. I don't know, like I've been like, I don't know, I've been to America for like Thanksgiving, but yeah, I ain't never seen a mince pie, to be fair.
I don't think we have that. So is the mince? It's like minced up meat?
It's like a sweet, there's nothing to do with like, it's not the same mince at all, but like, because it's called mince, and like, because minced beef is minced beef, but because you just call it mince, and like, so it's completely different, but like, little like child mind, and like, just one stupid little memory, like, so yeah, like, it's a completely different thing, like, it's a dessert rather than like the other one is like a dinner.
Okay. So the dessert one, is that like chopped up nuts and honey and seasonings and stuff like that? Like, what is it?
Bro, I don't even know. It's a good point. If it's like raisins and shit, I don't even know, like it's just you only have them at Christmas, like, and they're not even that nice, but it's just like a ritual, a tradition, like.
That it sounds like it could either be amazing or completely sketchy.
That's how everyone feels about it. It's like some people really like them and some people just they're not for me. Like, but it's just that what time of year it is when you see a mince pie in the shop.
Yeah, see, that's our fruit cake. We have fruit cake.
Yeah. Grandma used to make banana bread too. Oh yeah, grandma used to make everything, man. There's always food at grandma's house here, and that's why like I'll be like, I'm not hungry though, grandma. She'll be like, just have something, just have. Like, all right. So I used to set up for a small plate and then serve a small plate of food, and like if I don't know the last time I was gonna eat my grandma's food, oh my days, I'll still be eating it, man. Like shit.
So Parquillian just posted in the chat. He's answered the question for us.
Oh, about the mince.
He said mincemeat here often doesn't have the meat anymore, and it's not as popular as it used to be. So that makes sense why
But that's I think that's the mincemeat, as in like the dinner mincemeat, not like the mince pies mince. Why is it called mince? Why is it called? I'm gonna have to research this, guys. I don't know.
well,
I
you
think
gotta
we've
let,
said it too many times now.
you
It's
gotta
not a
let us
word
know.
anymore.
You gotta let us know.
Yeah, you know them one. Like it doesn't sound the same anymore.
So when you come back for the reunion show, right? The
Oh
reunion
yeah,
show, you gotta give us the answer for the whole, the mince question.
I need to know. I'm like, so I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night like sweating over it.
So is there a specific thing that you want to leave us with? Some poetry or a specific message, or like
Ooh.
how do you want to close out your edition of HOTA?
Well, I'm just blessed. Thanks for having me. I remember when we was talking about this. It seemed ages away, and all of a sudden, like this is one of my favorite sayings. Maybe I should say this because, like, just that every day so much can happen and life just changes. Like, so day to day things always seem to stay the same, and all of a sudden everything's changed. Like, so just you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So try and not worry too much. Being the president, and I'm trying to say that out loud, so I think of it too. And yeah, just be decent.
Big up.
Big up.
You got to give us a gang gang.
Gang, gang.
Gang gang. Yes. I love that. Those are Justar's trade phrases. If you see her on Instagram hosting her show, she's always greeting people coming in. Big up, gang gang.
Wagwan popcorn.
Okay, you got to explain the wagwan. What's the wagwan?
I don't know how in America that wagwan is wagwan. What's happening? Like, what's going? Like, yo, what's going
Like,
popcorn?
what's going on?
Yeah, just what's happening? Like, what you saying? You good? Like, tell me something.
Wagwan popcorn.
Wagwan popcorn. Yeah, you have to put the popcorn on. That's just me because I like to put pizzazz on it. But like, yeah, wagwan. What you saying? Like, what's good? Like, talk to me.
See, when you say that, it sounds so much cooler than when I say it.
I love it. Oh, I love the way you say it. Like whenever I come in the room and he's big up Justar, and I'm like, yes, I love it. I love accents though as well. Yeah, like so it's kind of funny because I don't hear obviously the way I talk, but I know obviously the way I talk, and like, but when I hear different accents, yeah, it gives me life, man.
Can you differentiate, like, when you hear all of the people from across the US? Because I know when I hear British people speak, they're very distinctive accents based on region. Do you hear our talking the same way? Like
Not always,
distinctive?
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Like obviously you can tell like you're like southern and that, but like there's something like, and obviously like Valerie's Canada and stuff. Like I can a little bit sometimes, and I'm just lucky that I've been able to travel like over the years. But sometimes like I think as well with these days I've got so used to speaking to so many of you guys, and like my ex is from America, so like I kind of just become kind of immune to it. Like don't register it as much. But then some people come up and like, right, like they sound American. And sometimes when I hear British people on here, I hear them more. When I hear a British person on here, I'm like, fuck me, they sound so English. Like, do I sound like that? And it's like, right, you do sound like that, but you hear yourself differently, innit? Like, so it amazes me sometimes, like, and then I do say a lot of American words, yeah, like because I'm so used to speaking to you. Like, I speak to you lot more than I speak to anybody else.
I love how there are British words that in English in America they have kind of a like a dirty or sexual meaning, and then in
But some things is dodgy as fuck.
well, like rubber,
Oh
right?
yeah, razor, rubber, yeah.
That's an eraser on a pencil, right?
When my friend at uni, yeah, I used to live with her. One of my housemates, yeah, like she's American, and she even told us a story. She was like studying, and this guy asked for a rubber, and everyone started laughing, and like he meant a razor, like today a razor, and like it just was. I was like, huh? And yeah, it's just that's literally the same story, but man.
And then we also have rubbers that are boots that are like your wellies.
Oh, what you call? Oh, what? So wellies are rubbers?
Right. So if you wear
Oh, I
like
didn't know that. I didn't know that
rubber
one.
boots,
Oh.
yeah, those are
But,
wellies.
but then as well, like bum bags, yeah, like fanny pack, like because I remember when one of the times I went to America when I was little with my mum and that, yeah, like my mum's like told us because like in the UK, like fanny means like well, we say Auntie Mary, yeah. Fanny means your front, yeah, your vagina, yeah, like let's be real. Yeah.
So that's
In America, it means your bum, yeah. Fanny
oh
means
wow. Yeah, that's
yeah,
completely different.
exactly. So My mum only told us because it's like, you're gonna hear people say Fanny, like don't get, because obviously you'd be like, what the fuck, why are you saying that for? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? We don't even say that. Like it's almost a vulgar word to say, yeah. Like we say Auntie Mary, yeah, like what we used to like growing up, and I know it sounds stupid, but anyway.
You really wouldn't have known if you had met someone's Aunt Fanny, because that's like a name in the South, is Aunt Fanny.
No, we say Auntie Mary, but Fanny, like Fanny being that, and then like Fanny pack, and then like all the, and then like you're sitting on your Fanny, and you're like, what the fuck, like just and as a kid as well, then you go be like, huh? Like, so yeah, I'll never forget my mum telling me that, but then also like that's something that I'm like, why though? Why is it the complete opposite? It makes no sense. Like,
So my favorite is Roger.
wait, what's that with Roger? Like, I call my uncle that, but his name's not Roger.
Rogering.
What's that?
For sex. Roger, good Roger.
Never heard that.
That's like a British thing.
Rogering.
Yeah.
Are you saying it like Laurie wrong? Is it said a different way?
Roger.
Roger. Roger. That was beautiful.
I need a good Rogering.
Brethren, I never. What are we talking from 1912 or something? Like I have never heard that said in my life. Are you sure that's from the UK? I ain't never heard nobody say that. And I've had a few Rogers. I'm sure. Like, I ain't never heard that.
All right, you gotta Google that. I promise you, it is a British word. I don't think
I've never been Rogers. I've been Rogers. I've never heard that. Rogers. What the fuck, Rogering? Yeah, Roger meaning original.
Fantastic word like fuck and turn it into Roger.
It does. What does mean Roger? To have sex with someone? Wow. Never heard that before. Plus, I call my uncle Roger, like my mum's brother, like and so my mum's brother. That sounds weird, but it's my half uncle. It's my mum's brother. Like so obviously, that's a bit weird, but I have never heard that before. I'm going to be bringing it up in my next thing. My show's tomorrow, actually. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to have a laugh at that. You
guys heard it first here. I shared a British word that Justar had never heard.
Ever. Sorry.
But seriously, like fuck is such a great word, and you employ it very well.
I don't realize what I say it sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, why would you take that fabulous word and say Roger?
Yeah, innit? Like, let's fuck, not Roger.
That's like, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Justar, thank you for being with us today. I was so excited about this show, and I really wanted to make sure that we highlighted your abilities as an artist, because I truly am just so inspired by what you are able to do from that brilliant mind of yours. And then you add acting onto it. I knew there was something else you did. I was trying to call it rapping, but it's acting. I knew you had another thing that you're into.
I just like to, be creative in any and every form. And that's what I say to people, man, like, express yourself. But yeah, thank you. Like, I appreciate this. Thank you for having me. Like, apologies, I've been half asleep like at the beginning, but time difference and that. But no, it's been nice to talk about it. And I get a bit carried away, a bit excited, and I waffle a lot. So thanks for understanding me, hopefully, and putting up with me.
I'm so glad you were here. And you know what? I kind of feel like your grandma was here with you. And I know that she's so proud of you.
My G. I'll show you a picture of her before I go.
That's
this is my grandma.
Ah, there she is. Hi, Grandma.
I did a picture for like 20 years, literally. Yeah, not that long. When did I go to uni? Like 18 years ago, something like that. A long time. Yeah.
I think one of your gifts is to make her accessible so that we feel like she's our grandma too.
She was. I used to get jealous, man. Everyone's calling her grandma. It's my grandma. Like, she had like, other graduation pictures on the fireplace. Like, one time, one was covering up my picture. I said, grandma. Like, it's accident. It just slipped. All right, better fucking move over. Like, but yeah, like, and I love that. And she'd love it. She loves being popular. And it's just nice. And like, yo, she's in the church. Like, come on now. Like, my grandma's a G. Like, that's why we call her G-ma. Like,
I love that.
Yeah, thank you for letting me, like, bringing her up. And, like, it makes me happy. Like,
thank you so much for being here. And we need to have you back on the reunion show. It is the first Tuesday in July. We're going to have the whole crew of everybody who's been.
Oh shit, what's the first Tuesday in July? Because I might be still away, innit? I'll be in America or Guyana. 2nd of July, I'll come back from Guyana. And then
you know what? You and Escape Artists should like and Terry, because Terry's right in that same area too, right? You guys like make a plan to be together.
What's the date of the show?
Catalyst.
Second.
It's the second.
2nd. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the day I fly back from Guyana to New York, back to JFK.
So you probably, I don't know if you can.
No, well, I mean, I'm gonna be in New York. I haven't got a ticket back yet. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. My uncle might have a new house like guest for longer than he knows. Like, yeah. So I'm gonna be there. How long is
Well,
that
you
flight? It's about
talk,
5 hours.
talk to Escape, talk to Terry, like y'all,
Yeah, we'll
gonna
figure it
work it
out.
out.
Like,
Yeah, yeah. So,
All right. Well, thank you. I know it's probably going on a lot longer, but like, you know.
hey, you know what? We don't get paid, so we can do with whatever we want.
I hear that.
Thank you so much for being here. Seriously, I am so glad to have had you be on here, share your messages, share your social advocacy. You have so many beautiful causes, so many good things that you're doing, putting that good energy out into the universe. Just please keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on, always.
Big up.
Big up, gang, gang.
Gang, gang. Nah, I love you all, man. Appreciate you all. Big up.
Love it. Thank you so much, guys. This has been The Heart of the Artist with the amazing Justar Misdemeanor. Thank you for being with us. Love, light, and poetry.